If this is your first Mandelbulb tutorial, see tutorial number 1 titled Rotating the Default Bulb. Learning these next steps will make using Mandelbulb 3D a lot less stressful. Follow the shrinking circle. This is provided to focus your attention to certain places to click. Before left-clicking Calculate 3D, always check your height and width dimensions. Press Calculate 3D to render. Let's change the background colors to black. Notice, the top portion of the background is blue, and the bottom is a lighter tone of sky blue. Let's continue by mutating your now stable bulbs. You should be on the main program screen. Left-click here. Hold and drag to the right until you can see the lighting controls. These controls are docked to the left-hand side of the main program screen. And many times, these controls will be hidden behind other screens. We will need to locate and change these colors to black. Left-click the button labeled Ambient. Notice there are 2 blue buttons and 2 sky blue buttons. These are the colors we are looking for, but we need to change the dynamic fog settings instead. Dyne Fog, Fog Offset, and Far Offset. Left-click, hold and drag the dynamic fog slider, drag as far right as possible. The bulb is oversaturated with white fog, and this is not what we want. We will change this in the next step. Left-click, hold and drag the Far Offset slider. Drag as far left as possible. The background has changed to black and the bulb is oversaturated. Left-click, hold and drag the Far Offset slider. Left-click, hold and drag the Dynamic Fog slider. Drag as far left as possible. The bulb now has really vibrant and contrasting colors. Notice the background has changed to black. Left-click the button labeled Ambient. Now click Mutagen. A preview of your bulb appears in one of the Mutations previews. The other previews are empty. To populate these empty previews, click Mutate. The previews are populated with mutations, originating from the generated bulb you just created. You can left-click, hold and drag, all or any combination of these sliders. Sliding to the right has a stronger influence on the mutation's final results. Sliding to the left has a lesser influence on the mutation's final results. If all the sliders are moved farthest to the right, these positions will take a longer time for the mutations to be rendered. If the sliders are more to the left, the mutated render times will be less. Experiment with these sliders and find what works best for your likes and dislikes. The position of all sliders will be saved for the next time you open Mandelbulb 3D. Your generation mutations are stored here. You can go backwards and forwards to send the images you like to the main program. If there is something you like to explore, make sure you have a copy in the mutagen. Or save the parameters and JPEG together as a file. Note, choose a preview you think may look really cool when viewed in a higher resolution. Some mutations are solid and have a stable foundation and a stable structure. And other mutations may be unstable. These mutations may have artifacts like noise, a grainy appearance, a lesser than symmetrical look and broken off pieces. Either way, learn to use these mutations as a tool for your composited creations. Symmetry means looking similar on both height and width dimensions. Hint, in a two-dimensional space, height equals y, and width equals x. If there is a third dimension, it will be called z or z. Now right-click on the preview you would like to further explore. A pop-up menu appears. Select Send to Main Editor. This sends this preview to the main program editor. Do not choose Copy to Clipboard. That choice is in a different tutorial. Before left-clicking Calculate 3D, always check your height and width dimensions. Left-click Calculate 3D. Left-click the Rotation button. This hides the rotation Euler angle inputs and controls. Left-click Position. Left-click in the Zoom box. Delete the 1 and type 0.60 or 60%. Left-click Calculate 3D. Hooray! It fit on the first try. Now, left-click Mutagen. A preview of your bulb appears in one of the mutations. The other previews are empty. To populate these empty previews, click Mutate. Previews are populated with mutations, originating from the generated bulb you just created. Now that we have a fantastic startup bulb, we need to save a copy to the hard drive. We can build a library of startup bulbs to explore with just a few clicks. Rule number 1, in Mandelbulb 3D. If you like it, save a copy of it as a JPEG and save the parameters. At the top of the main program screen, left-click, Save. This is the 5th button from the left. After left-clicking the Save button, a different set of button choices appear. For this tutorial, left-click JPEG plus P. Save as the given name, until you become more familiar with the process. Save the JPEG and parameters in the Mandelbulb folder /M3 parameters. The name will start with mutagen followed by various numbers and letters. Now left-click. Save.